I told y'all this video was coming. What's good, hooligans? It's your boy TornadoMcRae back at it again with another video. And guys, today is actually the very first official recap of the WNBA by your boy. I'm gonna give y'all the same content that I've been giving y'all for the NBA and the NFL and everything else. So you know what, ladies, I told y'all would get to shine. And what kind of a hypocrite would I be if I talked about y'all needing more support and more shine and I didn't do it my damn self?
That makes sense to me.
So we gonna go ahead and get on into it, baby, because I'm gonna be honest and I'm sad. I have been missing out on content I could have recorded about y'all for the past few weeks that your season has been going on. So it is actually week 6 in the NBA. This is my first week covering y'all, but I apologize. Let's move forward and we ain't gonna waste no time about it. This is the June 26th WNBA recap as this video was dropping today. And I'm gonna talk about a few key matchups I've seen go down this past week and just some headlines that have caught my attention as a hooper, as a lover of the game, and to be truthful, also as a supporter of the WNBA. Hence why I got this A'ja Wilson jersey, and honestly I was looking for a Sabrina Ionescu jersey next because that's the next one I want to get. Moving forward, speaking of A'ja Wilson, the Las Vegas Aces took down the #2 Connecticut Sun this past week, and A'ja Wilson just showcased why she's honestly the best woman in the WNBA right now.
Stop the cap.
If you don't know, A'ja Wilson led the way with 26 points and 16 boards. It looked relatively easy, not even gonna cap. For A'ja, this is slight work. This is what she does. She's been really dominant. If you haven't been watching her game, she's been dominant all season, and it was just put on full display against the #2 seed Connecticut Sun, as the Las Vegas Aces, who are the 2-time defending champions, haven't been playing up to their standards. Last year, they only had 6 losses in the season. They have 6 losses already and only 8 wins, bro. So
What the fuck?
The Aces are trying to return to form, and this may be that fatigue that always plagues teams in the midst of a three-peat. We've seen it with the Golden State Warriors, the Miami Heat, Shaq and the Lakers, Jordan and the Bulls, so on and so forth. We've seen how fatigue and just getting through the mental grind of the regular season can bog down a great team. For the Aces, I'm not too worried, but I'm slightly concerned. Moving on to the team that gave the Aces a run for their money last year and are dominant again this year, the New York Liberty continued their regular season dominance, moving to 15-3, where earlier this week they dominated the LA Sparks behind Breanna Stewart's 33.7 rebound performance, and then took out the Atlanta Dream behind Sabrina Ionescu's 26-point and 11 assist game. Them girls are balling up there in New York, and they're the #1 seed for a reason. It's showing. They were the #2 seed last year. They're the #1 seed this year. You can tell they are on the hunt for a championship, and they're kind of looking like the favorites. You can't really blame anybody for picking against New York right now. I see it. I see it. And they're gonna come up later here in conversation. You'll see why in a minute. But moving after them, I gotta talk about the Minnesota Lynx dominating the Phoenix Mercury behind the Fiza Collier's 23.14 rebound game. Masterclass. It was beautiful. It helped the Lynx remain as the 3 seed in the entire league. And to be honest with you, the Minnesota Lynx are the hottest team in the league right now.
I beg your pardon?
They are currently on a 6-game winning streak and have won 9 of their last 10 games. Bro, that's kind of crazy. Following that on the list, I got to talk about the Seattle Storm, who have knocked off another title contender, and they also beat the Connecticut Sun this week. And what I mean by beating another title contender, the Seattle Storm beat the Las Vegas Aces earlier this year, which, like I said, they're the 2-time defending champ. Then they've just beat the Connecticut Sun, who are the #2 seed in the league right now. In that game against the Sun, all their starters scored in double figures.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
So it wasn't just one player led their team and carried them. No, all of them were getting buckets, and they're currently sitting 4th in the league rankings. I don't know about y'all, but Seattle to me is the team to watch because they're capable of beating teams that everybody is looking at as the potential champions, and they've done it. Now, granted, they have not beat the Lynx yet, nor have they beat the Liberty. However, if they are able to beat both of those teams later on in the season, Seattle's the sleeper y'all might want to check out. I know my boy Moose, he's a Seattle Storm fan. he'll tell you. Seattle's the team to watch out for. Among other things that we need to watch out for, one of the most anticipated matchups of the week, one of the continuing anticipated matchups of the season, the Chicago Sky beat the Indiana Fever 88-87 in the third matchup between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And this game turned out to be Angel Reese's best performance as she put up 25 points along with 16 rebounds, which continued her rookie double-double streak, extending it to 8 games. And she became the first WNBA player since Asia Wilson to put up a 25 and 15 game as a rookie. That's amazing company to be in. I'm not gonna lie. However, the other star on the marquee matchup, Miss Caitlin Clark, she didn't shy away from the competition either, as she put up 17 and set a franchise record for the Indiana Fever with 13 assists. So not only was she able to get her buckets, her teammates were able to get buckets too, which kept it as a close game. If you didn't watch the game, a key component about this game was the Indiana Fever were up by 12 points with 6 minutes and 34 seconds to go in the game. And the Chicago Sky were able to cut that lead down and take the lead in the final minute, literally going up 88-84 with around 30 seconds to go. But the Fever, not ones to shy down from a challenge, came back and fought as Aaliyah Boston hit a three-pointer to cut the lead down to 1. And then in the final minute, they had a chance to win the game. They ran a pick and roll with Clark and Aaliyah Boston. Clark made the right decision. I will advocate for that. Made the right decision because they doubled her, gave it to Boston in the mid-range. She had a wide open mid-range, just missed, which led to the Sky's victory over the Fever, giving them also their first win over the Fever this season. And finally, the last game we're going to address is the Commissioner's Cup Final, which is the WNBA's in-season tournament between the Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty that occurred last night. And in that game, the Minnesota Lynx actually beat the #1 seed New York Liberty to take hold of the Commissioner's Cup, and Nafisa Collier was awarded the Commissioner's Cup MVP. And afterwards, everybody was essentially put back on notice of how good the Minnesota Lynx team is and how much of a threat they could be for the championship this year, and how, as a franchise, they're trying to return to their glory days where their dynasty won them 4 championships from 2011 to 2017, and they made the finals 6 times in those years. Minnesota, we see you. We see you returning to form. We see you returning to form. And not only that, guys, I'm actually going to give out some early season MVP awards here on this video right now because I think it's worth noting. And when I come back to this at the end of the year, we can see if I'm right, if I was wrong, X, Y, and Z. You know, gotta have fun. Early season MVP. None other than Asia Wilson. Doesn't need to be said. Asia Wilson leads the league in points right now with 27.8 points per game. She leads the league in rebounds with 11.6. She is second in blocks at 2.4 per game, and she's 6th in steals at 1.9 steals per game. I mean, she's doing it all for her team. The record may not reflect it, but she is currently the most dominant woman in the WNBA. I have no issues with stating that.
And I do it again.
Next, and perhaps the most controversial one, especially for you casuals and newbies who just got here. Rookie of the Year. It is a toss-up between Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese. Whoever you choose, honestly, if it's not either one of them, I think you're crazy. But the choice is between either of them. For Caitlin Clark, she leads all rookies with 16.3 points per game. She also averages 6.6 assists, 5.4 rebounds, 1.5 steals. She's shooting 39.9% from the field, 35.2% from three-point range, and 88.9% from the free throw. But she's also leading the league in turnovers at 5.6 turnovers per game. Have to put that out there. On the flip side, Angel Reese right now, she's second for all rookies with 13.2 points per game, averages 2.1 assists per game, second in the entire WNBA with 11.1 rebounds per game, only behind Asia Wilson. She also accumulates 1.7 steals per game. She's shooting 40.5% from the field, 70.2% from the free throw line, and only averaging 2 turnovers a game. For me, Angel Reese is my Rookie of the Year.
Unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
Say what you want. Angel Reese is my Rookie of the Year. And the reason being is performance on the court. Averaging a double-double as a rookie. And in terms of rebounds, she's second behind only Asia Wilson. That's pretty incredible. And not only that, I have to be honest, 5.6 turnovers a game for Caitlin hurts her tremendously in my eyes. I can't have that many turnovers from my star point guard. I know she was going to go through some struggles, but 5.6, y'all would crucify anybody else if they were averaging 5.6 turnovers a game. Diana Taurasi, crucify her. If it was Sue Bird, you'd crucify her. Paige Becker's in college, you'd crucify her. Hell, if we go to the NBA, if that was LeBron, Curry, KD, Kyrie, Luka, Jokic, Embiid, you'd crucify him. You wanna know why I know that? Y'all crucified Westbrook when it was him.
And
Man averaged a triple-double, and the only thing y'all could talk about was how his three-point percentage was below average and his turnovers. That's the reason why I can't give Caitlin Clark Rookie of the Year over Andrew Reese, because I gotta be consistent. 5.6 turnovers is atrocious. Last two things I want to address. The biggest improvement award. This award goes to the team that's improved the most from last season to this season, and the team I pick is the Seattle Storm. Here's why, bro. The Storm were the second worst team in 2023, having a record of 11-29. This year, they are currently the fourth best team in the league at 10-16. So as you see, they are already about to surpass last year's record. And one key difference I noticed in last year's team and this year's team is their ability to take advantage of home court. As last year, they were 4-16 on their own home court. This year, they're already 5-1. So clearly, they've learned, hey, we take care of business at home, we're good. Now for the team with the biggest fall off, that has to go to the Dallas Wings. The Dallas Wings in 2023 were the fourth best team in the league and had a record of 22-18. This year, they are currently dead last in the league with a record of 3-13.
Damn!
That's atrocious. That's a travesty. And I attribute that mainly to them losing the ability to score. As last year, they were putting up 89.7 points a game. Whereas this year, they're only putting up 79.7. That's a whole 10-point drop-off. And if you know anything about basketball, 10 points is honestly huge. It's one thing if your opponent improves scoring 10 more points. If you're also dropping 10 points from what you were last year, that's a 20-point swing, dog. That's horrible. So, Dallas Wings, yeah, y'all got to hold the L for the biggest fall-off right now. But season's still early. Maybe you could turn it around. It's going to take a miracle to do it, but you can do it. But guys, that's all I got to say right now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell at the bottom, because you know it helps my algorithm, and as your auntie's favorite neighbor, she's got to know when I'm putting out these videos. Next, let's continue on this road to 500 subscribers. I thank each and every one of y'all who keep subbing to this channel. I love it. Y'all some hooligans. Y'all deserve some cookies. Maybe a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, an Uncrustable. I'll get you one, I promise. Maybe, could be, possibly. And lastly, comment below if you've been enjoying the WNBA so far, if you love this season, or if you haven't watched it but you're about to start tuning in, because I've made a recap for it. Because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with two tats, y'all. Peace. Much love to all of you. I'm out.